I'm Sue Stack. I'm 81, and my husband Tom and I have lived here since May of 2024. We have lived in Ellington since 1979, so we knew when this was built that if we ever needed it, this was probably where we were going to do, because our family was around and all of our friends, and it was just such a welcoming place too. We did start visiting it right away, and it was just we said it was the house on the hill, and we just always considered that we probably would end up there, and it's lovely, and we pursued it, and we never had any misgivings about it. Felt welcome and proceeded with the process as we needed it, and it was perfect. So when it was time to come, we were living in a townhouse here in Ellington, so that was like 2 minutes away. It was an easy move, and everybody here was, so good to us, and we made friends easily because we already knew some people who were related to other people who lived here. So that in itself was easy. So, and I was a teacher all those years, so, I worked out pretty well for making friends because I wasn't shy and my husband wasn't shy. So it was pretty easy because they were so good here. The first night that we stayed here to have dinner alone, there was a young man on the wait staff, and we went into the dining room and just we knew he was nice, and so we said, where do you suggest we start out? Because we could see people moving around from place to place. And he said, well, people are a little bit fussy about where they sit, so why don't you and Tom sit over by the window in the two-seater and just kind of watch what happens. And we did that, and people came over and introduced themselves to us, and by the time we were finished and we left, we had met 4 or 5 people, and it was just totally comfortable, so that was a good way to work our way into it. We're pretty sociable ourselves, and so we didn't mind working our way in and, testing everything out and inviting other people then to come back with us the next time. And people just wanted, to welcome us and find out more about us. And it was, that part of it was very positive. So we were glad we were glad we'd come. And of course, I have to say this, it's so beautiful when we walk out of our room in the morning and, take the left turn down to the dining room. It's like being in a hotel every day. It's so nice, all the beautiful decorations and friendly people coming and going. It's a good place to be. Well, if they know anyone who's there, visit and ask questions, because you don't find out all the ins and outs about, getting into the laundry and taking care of all that nitty gritty. We were here about 3 nights, and there was a fire drill that went on for an hour. I mean, you read it on the door what the procedure is, and our ambassador who greeted us told us all about it. But then when it's going off in your head for a whole hour, it ran. That was pretty daunting. And we of course, we got through it, but knowing that that's coming and knowing that there are rules and that would be very helpful. But just finding out what goes on around here, like understanding the way the meals are served. You can go during certain hours, but you can still get food any other time during the day if you need it. There's never a time, within reason, that you can't get something to eat or drink here. And that means a lot to a lot of people, So find out as much as you can about it before you come, I will give the Ivy at Ellington 5 stars. We're always happy to come back. We've been out visiting, so it's our home. I have one grandson, Patrick. He's at Temple University. He's 21. And when we visit at their home here in Ellington, because they still live here, we go for dinner on Sunday nights, and he just gets such a kick out of it that we got to get in our Uber to get back to beat our curfew, that they lock the doors at 8:00, but you really can still get in, they got a kick out of that. But no, it's home, it's home. And we look forward to getting back and finding out what went on while we were gone and, all that. When Tom and I first came, we knew that we were assigned Leon to be our ambassador, and she came. We set a date, and it took us, between her schedule and our schedule, a while to get an appointment, but then we ended up having breakfast together one day, and she told us all kinds of things that we needed, like that fire drill. She had told us about it, so we knew. And then just about the procedures for, whatever, trash, the laundry room, all those things that people just don't know. They have signs around, but it's good if someone will explain it and whatever. And like our ambassador gives us birthday cards on our door when it's each of our days. She's done that each time. And it's just been very helpful. And if we need some extra information, we go to her. And, it's good to have somebody who, will deal with us. And it's wonderful. It's a good idea.